All right, it's time to get something that's non-NHL and non-original six on the go. Not that that I would normally have any issue with either, but yeah, it's just time to do something different. So, doing this kind of impromptu here, and just with a bit of idle time, and so getting the cards ready and getting the cards ready. And I was finally, I've had these cards for a little while here, these World Hockey Association cards, and finally a little earlier I decided to cut them out. And the ink actually ran on a couple of the cards, but I'll show you that momentarily. I'll get the four colors ready here that I can use as the scoreboard here as we go along. So yeah, and I just decided that it's I don't really need a reason for it. I don't think it's just time. So this is how I'm probably going to store them. This is a little bag that had dice ordered in a while ago. It actually got ripped a little bit because I had the shootout cards in there for a while, the deck of 100, but I think it's still good enough to use for this, sufficient. I have a similar one for my DoC Western Hockey League 1963. So it's good, efficient storage. The one wrong move over here just to the side of this desk and on this desk, and things will tumble. Anyway, okay. I thought maybe what I would do, so I have the team's cards here. They're actually stickers, but I don't think I will stick them to anything. So the schedule itself, it's just going to be a straight, all right, so here's what I'm thinking for this project. I can't remember actually when I did the unboxing or the show and tell a while ago if I would have mentioned this or if I would have even had decided upon this at the time. But again, this is the 78 World Hockey Association season, the 77-78, I guess, technically, which I believe was the strongest overall season for the World Hockey Association, albeit with a condensed league, fewer teams, only 8 instead of the dozen or more that they would have had in prior years. But I do think that in doing so, actually, in sort of compacting the league a little bit, it did make for 8 probably pretty NHL caliber teams at the time, I would argue. And they had a foothold on young European talent, for one thing, and some other players, NHL players whose names will come up in these games, who some guys who went on to have quite good careers in the 1980s in the NHL, and they were prospects in the World Hockey Association. Plus, you get the veterans as well, Howe at the tail end of his career, Hall winding down his. So 42-game regular season. It's an 8-team league again, so each of these teams will play the other 7 teams 6 times each, 3 home and 3 away games against them. And I'm going to do a top 4 advance. I don't think I will do the whole 2 divisions, division winner wildcard thing for this one. I think probably I'm just going to go a straight 1 to 8 and then the top 4 advance. And I'm going to do a best of 7 semifinal and semifinals and final for this when it gets to the playoffs. And that's a big reason as well why I'm only doing 6 games, 3 home and 3 away between the teams, because though I have done some straight original 6 season replays to, for instance, to compare it to that. I do think that especially in the modern day hockey fan that loves to whine and complain just as much as any hockey fan in any era, I think they would consider it to be kind of redundant if teams had to play one another 12 to 14 times and then face off in a best of 7. It would just seem kind of a little pointless after those teams have seen one another 14 times during a campaign. So 6 is the max here, and then best of 7, and that's just how I'm going to do it. So until I work out a proper schedule, the first matchup here, the inaugural matchup, can be kind of random. The ink has run off some of these stickers and onto some of these cards, so I do have to be a little careful with that. But let's see here. Maybe I'll just cover my eyes. Okay, so the first 2 matchups I'll cut and draw. So we'll say the road team. The road team is going to be the Indianapolis Racers. And you can see that one there got a little roughed up here, that sticker. But again, it's just from sitting around and probably the humidity. And I don't know, it looks a little more authentically hockey with that. It looks like there's some skates, some snow on the card. So I kind of like that. We'll go with that. And for the home team, we'll do a little cut and draw here. Maybe we'll take this guy. So Quebec Nordiques. So Indianapolis and Quebec, the team, Gretzky's first pro team to be. Gretzky, of course, was 1 year shy of playing pro hockey at this point. He would have only been, 16, 17 in 1978. So maybe I'll do a setup like this, not entirely dissimilar to what I did for, or what I do for the Eternal 6, and make sure I have all 54 cards. I've not played DoC in a little while, but I think that DoC is pretty much a play it out of the, can't really say package, but pretty much if it came in a box, I could say pretty much play it right out of the box kind of hockey game. So there is that. And I'm going to do... actually, okay, I'm going to use the mod that I did for the final third of the 63 full NHL season replay, which is I do 10 sequences in period 3. I do 8 in each of the first couple of periods, and then I do 10 in period 3. I started doing that because I noticed that scoring was a little low on average for the full 63 replay, so hopefully that'll serve me well here. And again, I'm sort of figuring this out here off the cuff on the fly. Let me know if you have any suggestions. If you... I know that I'm not alone when it comes to being relatively fascinated by this league. I also want to point out as well, I have some smaller stickers that I adhere to the backs for these cards. So conveniently there is the racers. Maybe put them there, something like that. And then the Nordiques also. So it's going to be at the Le Colisée, let's assume. And I realized that the ice wouldn't have been painted like that then. But it's, I don't know, if you have a better graphic actually of a rink, let me know. Might have to, after seeing the package that the Replay Gamer open for the golf, and someone chiming in that they have one for APA, and Dave has one for his hockey games. I might have to get actually something from Al Wilson sooner than later for this. Maybe I can get Al to ship it all the way over here. But I don't know. I like doing my own homemade stuff as well. So remains to be seen. So we'll set it up kind of like so, at least for the first one here. It's going to be Indianapolis and Quebec. And what are we now? 7 minutes in. Okay, yeah, that's an appropriate starting time. So these cards should be shuffled enough. I hope that they're shuffled enough. I'll try to pleach a little bit as I go through this because I've not done a DoC hockey video in a while. So there is that. And let me see, actually, as opposed to using the finger, if I can find a finer tip pointer. Right there, Team Canada. My favorite Team Canada logo as well. I wish they would use that on all their international competition jerseys with the black on the leaf, the black, white, and red. I really like that. Anyway, and I'll probably, now that I'll probably forget to use it entirely, but yeah, I'm not going to do the cut and draw. I'm not going to do, I know I experimented at the beginning of the year with the kind of shootout DoC hybrid where I was using variable time instead of static moving time. It was fun to try, but I like DoC as is, as it's played. So anyway, to kick things off here, let's see. It's going to go to the visiting team, and I should have a puck. And the first one I grabbed is a blue puck, so I'm kind of taking liberties here with the history a little bit, because I think at this point, too, the WHA, they went back to a classical, the black pucks, but they did start out at least with like blue, red, and white pucks, so we'll use this one here. It's going to be the visiting Indianapolis Racers here with the puck. Off the hop, it's going to be actually Morrison. I'm not as familiar with some of these names. I will become more familiar with them as this season project progresses. But we have here K. Morrison, and Morrison has the puck. Morrison here with the 7. So in a 5 to 10, he's able to maneuver it successfully. It's Morrison. Morrison gets it to Patnode. Ralph or Rusty Patnode there. And with the 2, he actually fans on the shot there. So we're 2.5 in, where it's going to be the Racers maintaining possession. Now it's Driscoll. Driscoll with the 6, however, that's going to be misplayed, taken away by the Nordiques defense. Now we're 5 in. And it's going to be maintaining it, the Racers. Have any red cards come up? I might have to stop and reshuffle. So the Racers here, this time it's going to be Block. Block here, he's going to manage to feed it through, and Block gets it to Driscoll, and Driscoll with the 2, look at that, all of these black cards coming up, and then finally we get a red 2 there for Driscoll, and finally here 7.5 in now, just after, it's going to be the first possession. That is Mark Tardif for the Quebec Nordiques. Tardif, he needs a 9 here, or needed a 6 or higher rather. So Tardif, he's able to set it up in position. That's over to Matty Hagman, later of the Edmonton Oilers, I believe, there in Hagman, unable to get through there with that shot or with anything good there. It's going to be Bernier. Bernier, I believe, Serge Bernier. And with the 2, Bernier has misplayed it, so we're at least about 10 or 12.5 minutes in now. I'll check here after another sequence or so. It is Parizeau back the other way for the Indianapolis Racers here with the 8. Maneuvering it to Thomas. Thomas here with a 5 and a 5. That's going to be a narrow miss, so a lot of chances and a lot of narrow misses here in the opening frame. We are now about 15 minutes in. And of the 2, so it's going to be the first team player. It will be Indianapolis here looking at the 6. Let's give it to. Geez, they have a veteran Bill Goldsworthy there. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Let's give it to Mags. Mags. We'll see Daryl Mags. I gotta double checking the names again. I get so excited to do this stuff sometimes. I don't look the bloody obvious. But anyway, with the queen here, the team and the queen. Let's see here. Team and the face card. Oh no, that's right. The face card is going to fall to the opposition's defense. So team defense here: kings, queens, and red jacks. So it does look like the Nordiques have wrested the puck away. A puck that I've not been moving. So I might as well just leave it there like so. And so two more cards now coming off the pile here, courtesy of the Nordiques there, and that takeaway will say. So final sequence here, the frame. This has been really controlled by Indianapolis, but they've not converted with anything. Pat note here with the jack and the kings, queens, and red jacks. Unfortunately, the team defense. So I just realized that I missed a call earlier, and I apologize for that. It will be actually, it's not that Quebec is able to make a successful play defensively with kings, queens, and red jacks. It does mean, in fact, that the team defense has faltered on kings, queens, and red jacks, which does mean that the racers here will have a scoring chance. That scoring chance is going to go to Parizeau. Parizeau, he's figured prominently into this period, and here we go, tail end of period one. Scores Parizeau here, putting the Indianapolis Racers up by a score of 1-0, and assisting on the goal. So it was Parizeau from Patnaud to kick off this project, and Leclerc there will get the secondary helper on this. All right, so after one, it's 1-0 here again. It was Parizeau from Patnaud and Leclerc, and I will have to learn more about these names and the backgrounds and things like that as the project goes. I do know some of these names, but anyway, I don't know Dubé so well. He's going to get the puck off the hop here to kick off the second period. Nordiques trying to draw even here, surrendering that goal late. It's possible it was 2-0. Again, if I miss a call, then it means in the real game the official missed the call. So it's Dubé, and he's unable to get it to anybody in scoring position. So we move on here. We're 2.5 minutes into the second period, where again it's going to be the Nordiques. Riel Cloutier with the joker. That's going to be an automatic pass through to Mark Tardif, and that was basically a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. Done with the well before they scored. It tied things up here at Le Colisée. It's a 1-0 game now. Tardif from Cloutier, and let's see if we get a secondary helper on that with the 6 of diamonds there. That's going to be Cloutier. Can't assist twice in the goal, so it's just going to be a 1 assist goal for that one. And about 2.5 in here. I'll get exact time, probably Google some random number of seconds later on when I post an update to Delphi. But we get a 1-1 game here early in period 2, where the Nordiques are going to maintain. It's going to be Matty Hagman with it. Wait, that's about 5 in, right? Actually, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so that'd be right. So headed to 7.5 minutes now. Matty Hagman with it. And with the king, he's going to be able to penetrate the Racers' defense. Defense was left wanting in the World Hockey Association. And Bordelot has the puck here. That's not Christian Bordelot. That'd be another Bordelot, I think. And with the 9, I'm double-check here because I'm doing a lot of talking, more talking than curb moving. I do believe, yes, Hagman gets it through to Bordelot in the 9. So back of the net, in behind Ines there. The Indianapolis Racers goaltender. Okay. I was thinking of actually doing a quadruple header of this to follow up the triple header from Mike Owen's Quick Play Pro Hockey earlier in the week. I don't think I have it in me with my voice in more ways than one. I just feel like I killed my voice at work earlier today. So anyway, we're about 7.5 in, I think, and it's now a 2-1 hockey game for the Nordiques after a pretty dominant first where Indianapolis did pretty much everything but score. Anyway, it's going to be J.C. Tremblay, the Montreal Canadiens veteran, and Tremblay, unfortunately for him, he has that taken away. So let's see if the Racers are unable to do anything with it. It's taken away by Quebec once more. Lariviere here with the puck. He's going to be able to get it through. And Bordelot's looking for another marker, which he's able to do, the Red Jacks. So he scores behind Ines. I wonder if we'll get a goaltending change soon. It's a 3-1 game here. Quebec scores again here at Le Colisée. And Bordelot now with the pair. And Bordelot from, who did I say it was from? Oh, dear. Lariviere. How could I forget that? And the secondary helper, let's see here. Look to the spades, look to the 8. It's going to be Bernier there with it. I guess they have an S. Bernier and a J. Bernier. And we're going with the ace Mark Tardif here. So all Quebec Nordiques here in the second period. Tardif with the 9 through to a team player. Team player 9's going to come up. Let's give it to Lariviere, actually. Goal to go with the assist, 7-10. And it's a 6, narrowly missing just off the crossbar, high and wide. And let's see, it's going to go to 5 here again. All Quebec here. Fitchner, that is Fitchner here with a 2. He flubs it and double checking now. So we're going to have one more sequence here. We got 2.5 minutes to go in the frame. And finally, it's the Racers. Racers looking to get back into it, get to within 1. It is St. Sauveur. He gets the puck to 6. 6 is Stoughton. That'd be Blaine Stoughton, later of Hartford Whalers fame. But no, Stoughton misses on it. So that's, well, it's going to be a 3-1 game after 2. All right, so let's see here. Third period of action now. Third period, and right off the hop, it's going to be Devine with the puck here. 4. He's unable to connect to anybody there with a chance to score. So 2.5 minutes now into the third frame. And with the 4, it's going to be the Racers here again. That's probably Montreal alumnus Claude LaRose. LaRose with the ace, but the Joker, they get jokered on the road. Anyway, 6, so it's going to be maintaining possession here. Block, the defense for the Racers. Block will feed it through. He gets it to Parizeau. Parizeau has been all around the net this game. He's had a nose for the net, and Parizeau strikes again here in the third period. So it is Quebec 3, Parizeau 2, trying to keep Indianapolis alive. And I'm trying to keep the stickers there from going out of play. Anyway, it's so we got a 3-2 hockey game now. That was Parizeau from, was it block, did I say? It was, yes, okay, so Parizeau from block, and secondary helper there, the club, that's going to be Wilkins. Parizeau from block and Wilkins for about 5 into period 3, I think. And with the 10, it's the Nordiques taking back possession. J.C. Tremblay narrowly missing out on connecting with the setup pass there to play in scoring position again. But it's going to be Mark Tardif now getting a hold of it. Tardif here with the King. He's going to be able to feed it through to 6. And 6, we've got Miller. We've got a William Miller there. And Quebec has doubled their lead once more. Now they take another 2-goal lead. They score. It's going to be 4-2 here for the Quebec Nordiques. Approaching midway through the third period, that was Miller from Tardif, and 8 there of clubs. So for the secondary helper, J.C. Tremblay finally getting on the board with a point himself. And it's going to be the Racers, though. They're trying to stay in it. Once again, Parizeau's been a one-man show for them, but no dice this time, or no flips, no cards rather. So the 8, it's back the Nordiques way. Matty Hagman, we've heard his name a few times in this game. Love that in a quick playing game you can get this much interaction up and down a roster, and it's not just a team game of sorts. But anyway, that is Hagman, and Hagman failing on the play, so 2 more cards coming off now. And it's going to be the Nordiques here now, just basically trying to kill time. Larry Vier, however, they're going to go for it. He gets it to 9. Sutherland there with the blackjack that's unable to score. And I should mention now that a blackjack has come up. The way that these teams are carded, these players have already missed time for their team in the respective season. So especially if I'm doing a season replay, I'm not going to take any more time away from them. Some guys who already have played fewer games would factor into them getting fewer chances and fewer touches anyway. Anyway, enough said. More than enough said. It's going to be Tardif here with the puck once again, because why not? And he gets it to somebody here, and that someone is going to be Serge Bernier. Bernier with a 10, and it's going to be a 5-2, and I'm pretty sure that is Quebec just adding insult to injury here. And in case I get excited and carried away, and I think that I did, that would, let me double check. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's my 9th sequence of the frame, so I'm going to say that that was ruled to have been scored after the final buzzer. I'm going to take that goal away from the Quebec Nordiques, but 4-2 is still going to be your final score for the game. So anyway, it's me having a good bit of fun with it. I mean, if I play this back and I really think that it's this sloppy, then I'll just discard it and call it exhibition or whatever. But it had been a little while since I played some DoC. There's that pen pointer that I said I was going to use and then said that I wouldn't and never did. And it's DoC hockey. It's a really fun game. And again, compared to some of the others, I'll say this, for me anyway, for the quicker playing games, the big 3, it's probably, although again, Shootout's a little bit, even compared to these games, Shootout's a little longer playing, but if I were to put Shootout, DoC, and Mike Owens Quick Play Pro Hockey into a triad, and not really saying that any of those 3 are any better or worse than the other, and it really kind of comes down to mood and depends on mood. With Mike's, you're only interacting with the players if you're rolling for the goals and the assists after the fact. And similar with Shootout, you really, I mean, I guess you know the player. Shootout's kind of because you know the player with the scoring chance, but all the chances that missed, all of the more innocuous play, you don't really know like who actually touch the puck. Although I guess if you're doing shots, then maybe like shot from the center, shot from the left wing, that sort of thing. I never did that with shootout. But with this one here, on every single play, you're trying to complete a pass and set it up somebody in scoring position, set up someone in scoring position, and then just trying to find the back of the net with that player. So there is, and then sometimes too, it does. I've said this before in the why I enjoy video for DoC, but another thing that I enjoy about this game is the use of the face cards as well. When the face cards comes up, then it doesn't necessarily, so it's not just repetitive where it always falls to the player and their ability to maneuver it to someone with a chance to score and or score themselves, because about a quarter to a third of the time thereabouts, you're also going to have to check the team defense and or the other team's goaltending to see whether or not a play was successfully made. So again, I mean, it's an even faster game. You can probably play it in under 10 minutes if you're not talking your way through it like I've done. And I see that now this is about to drift into minute number 21. So there you go. I probably have officially started another project now, because having 3 projects ongoing as I do now, at kind of, I guess, at a time in the past has been kind of a mistake I found, and it's kind of whatever. But I guess I just don't learn from them. I just really wanted to get this on the go. So all right, thank you for any time and consideration that you give to this, and bye for now.